Hey guys, what's going on? Blake Rodriguez with Dream Come True Canine, and on this episode of Blake's Takes, we're gonna go over teaching a dog that their choices matter. Now this is a little bit of a weird one for people because a lot of people hear it and they go, well, of course my dog's choices matter. I love my dog. Now I'm not saying that you don't love your dog, and I'm pretty sure your dog loves you, but I am willing to bet that the majority of your dogs are living lives where their choices do not matter. So what I mean by that is they could be rock stars one day, do everything right, deserve the world. They're gonna get love, cookies, affection, treats, the works. The next day, maybe they chew up your remote. Maybe they soil in your apartment. Maybe they bark obsessively. Maybe they lunge at a human on a walk, or they lunge after a dog. You're gonna be upset for a little bit, but later on, they're still gonna get the love, the cookies, the affection, the treats, the works. So there's a couple different examples that I can give for that, but in short, your dog is getting what they need and what they want, regardless of how they act. So imagine not having to come into work or showing up late every day. You're never gonna get fired. You're still gonna get paid. You could be a jerk to the entire world and everyone's gonna love you and love you even more. You can cheat on your boyfriend or girlfriend, your husband and wife, even in front of them. There's no consequences. It doesn't matter. Even if you're a good person, you're gonna start making choices based on what you wanna do when you wanna do it. And when there's no consequences, it changes the way you behave, right? A lot of us probably, because most of us probably don't love what we do, wouldn't show up to work if we didn't need the money, if we didn't need to pay rent, if Valentine's Day wasn't coming up, oh man, I know I gotta take my wife out to dinner, little things like that, you know what I mean? So it's really, really important that we teach a dog that their choices matter, because that allows them to think before acting impulsively. Now, obviously teaching impulse control is very, very important, being able to control that, not necessarily suppress it as a means of completion, but suppress it as a means to an end so you can control and you can help a dog to not be such an animal that just acts. You know what I mean? If I feel like I have to pee, I'm gonna think, no, I'm not gonna go to the bathroom right here. I'm gonna hold it and I'm gonna do this. If I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna bite my tongue because I'm in an area where maybe I'm gonna get beat up. I'm just giving you guys examples, right? So we think about things before we kind of do it. And a lot of it is based on consequence. Sometimes, I need this money. I need to go into work. I don't wanna get fired. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of different examples that tie into teaching a dog that their choices matter. I understand how to avoid a speeding ticket. I can understand, a lot of different things. So where did it all go wrong? Most of us rescue a dog or get a dog from a shelter or you buy from a breeder, and on your way back, you're already super stoked. You're already super excited because you have a Tempur-Pedic mattress that's more comfortable than the bed that you sleep in. You have food ready for them when they want it, whatever, how much. And if you're not eating, don't worry, I'm gonna add some soft food to that. And if you don't want that, don't worry, I'll give you some of my table scraps. Before you know it, you're your own dog's personal chef, right? So anyway, you open the door to your house and it's almost like that extreme makeover show. Take a look at your new house. And the dog comes running around and we're so happy that the dog is comfortable. And we shoot for comfort before respect. So what happens, the dog grabs a toy and runs in, and what you don't realize is at that moment, somewhere along the lines, your dog looked at you and said, you mean I get this no matter what? Like I don't have to earn it? And that's the moment where things start to kind of change, because we start to teach the dog a different rule set. We start to teach the dog that, oh yeah, you can just have this. You don't need to earn this. You don't need to get that. You don't, just take what you want when you want. And the dog goes, holy cow, this is interesting, right? So the dog gets this and he grabs a toy and he jumps up in your part of the sectional. He jumps up on your bed and he jumps on the table and all these things. And instead of going, ooh, maybe, damn, he's not even asking, this guy's being rude, we go, oh great, he's comfortable. But I want you to kind of envision or imagine that you invite me to your place, let's say. The first thing that I do when you say, hey Blake, how's it going? You go to shake my hand or you go to hug it. Maybe you're a hugger, I don't know. and I walk right by you and I open up your fridge and I pour myself something to drink. I didn't mean anything by it. I was just thirsty, right? But I don't have any rules or any context. There's no guidelines for me. And then I go into your bedroom where your wife isn't sleeping, right? I walk right in, don't even knock, and I open up your drawer. I find your bathrobe. I grab that baby. I throw that bad boy on. I find your slippers. And then I go ahead and I sit in your favorite part of the sectional and I put my feet up and I go, so how are things? I'm willing to bet that you are not gonna be like, oh great, you're comfortable. Well, where do we start? You know, today was good, and that's not gonna happen. You're gonna be like, dude, this is extremely rude. You're gonna get upset. I just opened your fridge. I went into your drawer. I went into your room where your wife was or your husband. I'm just rude. But no one told me otherwise. The problem is that the majority of you are not telling your dog otherwise. And if you are trying to, you're not doing it in a way that the dog understands. So that's what we need to do. We need to create a language. How do we go about doing this? I like to start with a little thing that I call dog tricks versus dog obedience. And that's what I'm gonna get into with you guys on the next episode of Blake's Takes.